Well, hello friends. In today's video we are going to be doing a craft, and it's a Christmas craft. Is it too soon for Christmas crafts? I don't know. On craft channels they are been doing Christmas crafts all month of October, so I don't think it is. Before I get started, I want to do one disclaimer. Yes, I'm going to be crafting with this book. This book is a very old textbook from when I was in college. I got this at a Bible college that I went to, and the only reason why I kept it is because I like the color of it and the size of it, and I use it as a riser in some of my decor. It's not a book that you read because it's a textbook. So I am going to use it in this craft, and when I get done using it, you're not going to be able to read it anymore. But I just want to, you know, put this disclaimer out here that some people get really upset when you quote unquote destroy a book. I'm not destroying it, I'm repurposing it, because if I were to donate this book, it would wind up in a landfill because nobody wants to read an old college textbook. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using this little 3D nativity kit that I got from Dollar Tree, but I'm going to be using it in a different way. The other disclaimer is this is not an original idea to me. I found it on the internet, on Pinterest, this idea. If I can find the original, the name of the original creator, I will give them credit in the description box below, but from what I could see, I couldn't really see a name, but I will look again before I publish this video. So the first thing that you're going to do with this book is you're going to cover the inside cover with paper. Now, I thought I had some blue paper with stars on it in my scrapbooking stash, but apparently I do not because I can't find it. So I just found this dark blue paper, and I'm going to use some of these stickers, these star stickers, to create like a starry night scene. Alright, this piece of paper was not quite big enough. So the only other dark blue I have is this, and it's got snowflakes on it, but I think I can maybe still make it work and use some of the stars too. Just gotta make do with what you have. I looked through all of my paper stash and I didn't even have very much of this dark blue, so this is what we're gonna have to do. I forgot to do one thing before I put that in there. I wanted to put some ribbon around the top of it to cover up the title of the book, because I don't really want that to be shown. And I should have put it in there before I put the paper in. So I'm wondering if I could do something with it. If I can peel this paper up. I don't even know if I'm in frame, you guys. This is, I get ahead of myself sometime. I think that'll work. Right there. Yeah. this part is the part that I'm not sure about. I'm not sure how to do this. The thing I saw did not have any written instructions. It just had visual. So I'm just going to go for it, and hopefully I don't mess this up too badly. You take little chunks of the book, about equal amounts, and then you fold it over on itself, and then you glue it with a little bit of hot glue. Hold that in place. I'm going to need a clamp, I think, while I'm doing this. Let's see, let me if I can find one. Like an alligator clamp. Okay. So there's that. Then I think you take the next one from this side. And fold it that way. Is that right? I don't know. I sure wish it had given some written instructions. Before I get too far into this, I'm going to go see if I can find the written instructions for this. There's got to be. You would think there would have to be some written instructions on how to do this. Alright, I did find a tutorial on how to do it, and I was actually doing it right. But I do need to lay it down flat. And so I folded it from left to right with the right side on top. So now I have to go and fold the, I think I need to have it up this way so I can see how much I'm doing here. Fold this one over. Glue it. Now the person I watched, they actually like counted out the pages to make sure they were exactly. I can't be bothered to do that. I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm an eyeball it type of person. So you just take some from this side, fold it over. Maybe I should lay it down. Take some from this side. And then you just continue doing that until you've gotten the entire book folded and glued. Since my book is quite thick, I'm not going to be able to bend all of the pages over. It's not going to look right. So what I'm going to do is the last little bit that you fold over, you're going to have to glue like every page down. Actually, I think I'm just going to glue one more page over to finish that off, to cover up that little bit of glue that's right there. There. So what that does is it creates this folded paper arch. Can you see that? I don't think I can go any more with this book because the pages, it's just thick. So what I'm going to do, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I don't really want the text to be showing here, and it kind of defeats the purpose of this paper that I put in the back here. So what I might do, let me think a minute and then I'll bring it back. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a popsicle stick and I'm going to glue it to the bottom of these pages. It's almost exactly the right width. I'm going to have to cut the popsicle stick down. But that'll hold all those pages together. And then I will glue this cover to this cover, and then I'll have to put another piece of blue paper there to create the starry sky. I'm glad I didn't go ahead and put the stickers on the back cover. See, this is what happens when you're just kind of winging it with a project. I just saw a picture, and I'm just following the picture, and there's not really any direction. I think the book that was used in the picture was didn't have as many pages in it. It was a bigger book and it didn't have as many pages in it. So this is the bottom of the book, and I'm going to just glue this hot glue this popsicle stick on there. Oh my goodness. That'll work. Yeah, that'll hold all those pages together. I'm going to do it on this side too. And it'll make it so that the book sits flat too. It'll give it kind of a base to sit on. Oh yeah, that works. I'm just going to throw some glue in here. Some hot glue. There we go. Now let's hope I have enough of this paper. I probably don't. Although these pages are smaller than the cover, so maybe, just maybe, I'll have enough. I don't. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to use just a solid blue one and a snowflake blue one. Oh, I just really don't want to do that. All right, going a completely different direction. I did not have enough paper to cover this, but I do have some of this starry fabric, and it's about the perfect width for this page, and I have enough of it to do both sides. So I'm going to just use fabric to cover that, and it's a little bit wrinkly, but that's okay. It'll work. It'll work out. This is like a mixed medium. What is it? What's the term where you use a bunch of different things? Art. These are not my fabric scissors. Olivia has my fabric scissors in her room. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to Mod Podge the fabric down to this book. to clean up these edges a little bit, I've got some of this gold trim, and I'm just gonna hot glue those down all the way around the edge of this, just to clean it up and make it look more finished. I got the gold around there. It looks pretty cute. But I think what I want to do is I want to put just a little bit of this evergreen just across the very tip top. And I think I'm going to cut it down a little bit because I'm not sure. Let me try cutting it down a little. See what it looks like. I got plenty of this, so if I like it better full, I can just get a new one. And boy, am I making a mess. I'm actually filming down in my craft room for a change, and that's why the angles are different. I wish I had one of those tripods that hang over, like over the top of your work, but I don't do enough crafting to justify getting one of those tripods, so I'm just making do. Yeah, I like it better trimmed down. So I'm going to go ahead and hot glue this one just across the top on both sides. And then I'm going to clean up my mess a little bit before I bring you back. I haven't got my mess cleaned up yet, as you can see. So what I'm going to do next is I have two of these little pine bough things, and I'm just going to glue one on either corner up here at the top. Here's the book part done. I think it turned out really cute. So now I have to do the nativity part. And these folds of the book are going to act like the stable. So I have the little figures. We have the three wise men, Mary, Joseph, and baby Jesus. And then I've got the stable. I'm not going to be using that for this project, but I am going to use the base. I'm not sure how this is supposed to fit in here. Like this. I think it's supposed to be kind of like that. Can you see what I'm doing here? All right, so I have to, and yeah, because these back two prongs would be for the stable, which I'm not going to use. So it needs to go under the book this way, and I can't cover up any of those prongs. So I've got a piece of this balsa wood, and I think I'm going to glue this onto the balsa wood and then glue the book onto the balsa wood as well, so that it has more of a stable foundation. I think I like it better this way with the wise man on this side. I'm talking to myself, trying to figure this out. Oh, I don't know. I'm wondering if I even need to use this at all. I think I kind of do need to use it, at least for baby Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. See, because I'm going to cover all of this with moss, so you're not even going to be able to see any of. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to glue the book to this balsa wood and glue the pages out so there's more space in there for the nativity scene. So before I assemble the nativity inside the book, I'm going to have to decorate these little nativity pieces. I am not sure how I'm going to do it. I think it's basically going to be paint, marker, and glitter. I'm not going to be able to do any kind of trims or fabrics or anything like that. If you saw my video I did last year of one of these wooden nativity kits, it was much bigger. It was a much bigger kit, so I was able to get a lot more detail on the pieces. But I think, like I said, I think I'm going to just use paint and glitter and maybe a few little pieces of straw to put in the manger. But that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do that next. I'm going to start decorating these before I finish assembling the nativity. I am going to add a little bit more embellishment on these guys. I'm going to put a little bit of lace on Mary's head covering, and then I'm going to cover Joseph in this burlap just to add a little bit more texture. to do to the Wiseman is I'm going to put another coat of Mod Podge over the top of the glitter so that it doesn't get all over the place. It's been a while, and the Mod Podge is dry on the Wiseman, so now we are going to assemble it onto the book. And I'm going to see if I can change the angle of the tripod for this last bit, just to see if you can get a better view. I'm not sure how great the view is going to be for you guys thus far. Hopefully it's pretty good. This might be better. I can just keep from bumping the tripod. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hot glue this book to this piece of balsa wood. Kind of have it as centered as possible. So I'm just going to put some hot glue on these corners. And then just center it like so. And then I'm going to move the pages out as far as I can and tack those down too. So now I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue on these pegs. Put them down in there. And before I put the other two in, I'm going to go ahead and put some Spanish moss back in there. I've got the Spanish moss on there, and there's just a couple more touches that I'm going to make on this. Of course, every nativity needs a star. So I've got this gold sticker star, and I'm just going to peel and stick it right up there. I will add just a dab of hot glue to make sure that it doesn't fall off. That. And then I did decide to use the little crush thing for the front of the book. So that's what we're going to work on next. First thing we're going to do is we're going to color it with this marker. Kind of like, it reminds me of a wood stain a little bit. In order for this star cutout to pop, I am going to glue the star behind it. I am going to trim off these points. So then behind the stable, I printed out Oh Holy Night, and this is a 3.5. I can't remember what sizing I did on it. I did it a pretty small sizing, and I basically just want to get the title centered in there, and then I'll just trim out around the rest of it. So I'm just going to put some glue on the back of this stable, some tacky glue. And then I'm going to take my hot glue gun and I'm going to glue this right to the front center of the cover, of the front cover. I think one final touch. I have some of these sticker stars, and I think I want to add just a few stars to the back drop here, just to add some dimension. Just a few here and there. It'll add some glitter, some sparkle, and I think it'll just make it more like a night sky. And here it is, all done. I really like how it turned out, especially the inside. It just looks so nice. It's something different. When I was searching for ideas on how to decorate this little 3D kit that I gotten from Dollar Tree, this was one of the first pictures that popped up and actually caught my eye, and I thought that is really neat. And then I ended up having the perfect size book for it, and it just turned out really, really cute, and I love it. It was so much fun putting this together. I forget how much fun I have crafting until I actually take the time to sit down in an afternoon and craft. And I tell you, it took most of several hours, most of like half of the day to put this together, but I had so much fun putting this together, using my creativity, problem solving, and filming this for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below, and we will see you guys again tomorrow for the very last day of Vlogtober. Can you even believe it? Thanks for watching, friends. Bye-bye.